thank you so much for joining me for yet another Tuesday with our On Trend. We are really excited today. I have Karen and Karen here with Happy Pak out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm so excited to tell you about their really cool, more unique retail concept that they have built. Next week, we have Brian from Creative Brands on, and I just realized that it will roll in perfectly because I know Happy Pak orders a lot of creative brands. But anyway, so if you don't know yet about Creative Brands, it's a fantastic line with so many items. They're always super on trend. And Brian is just a really fun personality. So he'll be on talking about Creative Brands next week. And if you missed last week, jump back in time, go back and check out Ellen with Fezziwig's Marketplace. She was so much fun and had so much to share with us. And without further ado, we're gonna go in and bring in Karen and Karen. Let's see. All right. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hey, we're great.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really, really excited to talk to you. Apparently, I cannot talk clearly today, so I'll apologize for that starting off. Maybe it'll clear up at some point, maybe not. But so you guys are with Happy Pak, which is out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And yeah, I guess before we even get into the details of what exactly your business is, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourselves. What were you doing? What was the story before Happy Pak?
You want to start?
Well, the wild thing is, both of us, even though we're a little different in ages, and we didn't know each other before, 10, 15 years ago. We both were pharmaceutical sales reps for the same company, but in two different states even. And that was because we're both science majors.
Oh, wow.
Creative at heart. So that's where, it was so funny. Because
Had these parallel lives.
Yeah, it was and we're both Karens, so that's
really. And our husbands are in the similar line of work.
Yeah.
And we ended up not really meeting until our kids were in elementary school and we joined the PTO together. So that's kind of our lives. We had taken a break from work and both of us were raising children. So I have 4 and she has 3. And so we spent a great deal of our lives just nurturing children and volunteering at the school.
Doing the #1 job and the craziest job I've ever had, for sure. So applause in that of itself. But I will say, I don't think I've gotten a chance to interview anyone yet that was a science major and now is in retail. So that is that's an extreme ride, which I am really excited to hear.
We wouldn't have thought that either.
Right, you don't think of science majors as being crafty so much.
No, but you never know. So yeah, so I look forward to hearing a little bit more. How did this transition come about? Where did Happy Pak come from?
Right, you want me to take it in here? Well, so when my oldest left for college, she went to school out in Philadelphia, so 600 miles from home.
Yeah.
And so when final exams would come about, I would start putting together these goofy care packages for her, and I would put toys from childhood. I threw in a Slinky and some of those little dart guns and silly putty and some of her favorite snacks, and I put funny little tags on them, and I box it up and I send it to her, just sort of like a stress reliever. And anyway, they were a huge hit with her, and her friends would see them, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And so then her sister, that's 2 years younger, followed suit and went to the same school. So then I was sending 2 packages. So then more friends were seeing them. And so then they got to the point where they were expecting them.
So you're like, oh, when did I start?
So then I just started thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe there's something to this. Maybe there is a way to deliver happiness to people beyond my own family. And so anyway, I called Karen up because, again, she and I had served on the PTO fund committee together. We were sort of the rah-rah committee, and we did a lot of themed events for the students and the teachers. So I called her up and I said, hey, can you meet me for lunch? I have an idea. And I want her to take it from
Dun,
here.
dun, dun.
Yeah. And she's just a genius at events and event planning. And I thought she was going to, and I always said, hey, if you ever start a business someday, I want to work for you. And lunch, but I thought it would be an event planning business, to tell you the truth. And it's really, instead, she took that concept, because event planning is hard and it's time-consuming, weekends, and when you have a family, it's really hard. So she put this really events kind of a themes in a box. It's fun themes, creative gift packaging, but in a box instead. And I'm like, yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I was reading on your website the story, and you were saying that your kids referred to them as Kare-packs when they were in college, and your name is Karen. I'm sure that all their friends were super jealous and were wishing they would get some Kare-packs. And yeah, I mean, what a great idea to then take that and expand on it. And what you're doing, I mean, going into the event industry, the whole concept is creating an experience, right? This big, grand event experience for that one event. But what you're doing is you then are packaging this and creating these experiences that people get to have wherever they are with them, and make them feel, that warm and fuzzy wherever they are, and gifted from someone else. I mean, it's a really fantastic. It's a fantastic concept.
Oh, thank you. And, you really, really hit it on the head at that point. Because, as we spend time in my basement designing things, and, we talk about it. And it's like, well, what sets Happy Pak apart from other gift companies? Because there's a ton of marvelous gift box companies out there. And what you said just is exactly what we are. We want to create that experience. And so we're more than a gift. We're an experience. And, we get phone calls from people, and it's like, okay, I know somebody's battling cancer, or, somebody needs to pick me up, or we're celebrating something, and we really start to feel that.
Yeah.
And we feel that in our hearts, and it's like, oh my gosh, we have known people, or we know that feeling of, oh, they just had a baby, and it's so exciting, and we want to deliver something wonderful to them so that we can share in that experience as well.
Yeah. That has to be a cool process, curating each of the boxes. And I know you have several boxes that are pre-curated, like by you, and that people can go on your website, happypak.com, and they can choose from the items that are, or the boxes that are pre-curated, which I know we're going to talk about in a second, because some of the sneak peeks are right behind you. And you also will do custom curated packs, where someone can call you up or reach out to you and say, hey, I want this specifically put together for this concept.
Yes.
That's awesome that you offer both.
Yeah, it's helpful. I mean, sometimes people will look at our website and look at the ready-made packs and say, it's just great, but it just needs this tweak, or we'd like you to focus on this idea for it. And so we can pivot and just change a little bit. And it's fun.
So let's talk about some of the packs that I know you guys have behind you. One of them I got a sneak peek at earlier, and I'm really excited about that one. But I'm excited to see all of them. So you have, maybe I'll start from, which one do you want to start with? This isn't for me, this is for you. Which one is your favorite?
Let's start with this one, we just released this week, so I'm going to grab it and show it and let me know, make sure it's on the camera. So this is our Halloween box for kids.
Yes.
Can you see that okay?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay. So Karen, maybe you can kind of show.
Oh, I don't know. It's fun. It's just, we don't know what Halloween will look like this year. So it may be that, the kids can't go trick-or-treating in your neighborhood, or, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, whoever, could just send them a little hug for Halloween. So it's a combination of treats. This is candy, but also some activities and some fun socks. So it's
a couple wearables,
yeah,
a cute little pair of mummy socks.
It's a combination.
And that's what we try to do. We try to do a combination of gifts and gourmet snacks.
Nice.
And that's what we tend to put in there because, it's not, our care pack, we sort of reinvented the care package. So we don't want it just to be full of a bunch of junk food. We want it to be gift items as well. So we really strive to find quality gifts and gourmet snacks to include in each box, just to have a nice variety.
And we like to use our local gourmet people because it's fun. And this is like Just Pop In Popcorn in Broad Ripple, Indiana, is in Indianapolis. Awesome. And they have all these fun labels just like we do. So, yeah, we try to find some things. Vanilla Bean Bakery in town for, cookies.
And
so, it's called the Monster Mash. So that's a little Monster Mash box.
And you're really, by doing those, you're bringing in, multiple senses, too. Eat, or what is that? Not eat. Taste, touch, feel, smell, all of those things. So, that's great. I can tell you, my aunt often sent me specifically a Halloween package. Those are beautiful. You are beautiful with those on. and I did. I loved getting, Halloween packs, and I can tell you that my 3-year-old would love that. It's so cute and so fun. And you're right. We don't know what we're figuring out every day what Halloween is going to look like. And it's different in every town,
exactly.
a block away. So what a great concept, and I love that one.
Well, we're hoping next week we're going to release the college care packages. We never forget the college kids because that's where our roots lie. And I tell you what, college is really hard for kids right now. I have a freshman out in Philadelphia. Again, we have this trend of going to the East Coast for schools, and it's a transition. They can't meet people the way they are. In some schools, they can't come out of their dorm rooms, and some kids are quarantined. So what better way to send a hug from home than with something fun like a Happy Pak? So we're hoping to release the college ones next week.
And again, we do have some ready-made college on the website that are more generic, but we always come out with a seasonal one.
Cool. Very cool.
So that is Halloween. The next one that we just released our fall themed boxes about a week or so ago. So these are fantastic for a lot. You can use them for birthdays, housewarming. We've been doing real estate closing gifts.
I was just going to say, actually, to me, this is the perfect gift that a realtor should be doing. Because, I love it.
Yeah, this is a beautiful local candle company, TLC Candles. And
these are like these
creative brand matches.
Little,
so cute.
Little matches that look like houses. And then again, a gourmet peanut butter treat that's Newfangled Confections makes it squirrel. One thing that we absolutely love are tea towels to include. So we really do try to put an element of fun or funny in the box. So we have this full array of tea towels, and we can also gauge the box depending on the recipient's sense of humor. So we love the sassy people. So we have sassy socks and sassy tea towels. And so we pulled out a couple of our Thanksgiving tea towels that we also have. So if somebody is if Thanksgiving really does happen and you're going to someone's house,
feast mode.
Feast mode. And we also have team pie.
Yes.
Again, any of these boxes, we can add elements like these just to personalize it. Personalization is really big for us.
But we like quality products as well. I mean, the Corksicle, this Corksicle mug is absolutely beautiful.
Corksicle's a great line. Yeah, that's a great line.
Yes. So we got 3 or 4 of our fall boxes on the website. That was just a sample. And then I don't know if you guys can see what's Karen.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no!
TV. Technical difficulties.
That's okay. Nothing breakable in that one.
I'm just going to leave it. But I won't knock this one over.
That's right. This is like
but we're really excited about this one.
Yeah, this one we have not even released, and it's a work in progress, but we had to show it because we're so excited about this one. So this contains a lot of creative brands items in there. We're big fans of creative brands. We use them a lot. And so this is our charcuterie. And so we added the tea towel. And anyway, it's got the beautiful charcuterie set and then the plates and the papers. And what we're hoping to do is partner with a local charcuterie company and hopefully incorporate a gift card or something like that into this box. And again, a great real estate box, or even going into the holidays. It could be a corporate box. It could be anything you want it to be. So the thing about Happy Pak is that we are really trying to, we can do a gift for any occasion. So any occasion that you might buy a card for, then we can hopefully do a gift for. And gift cards are great. I'm a big fan of gift cards, but this is a little more personal.
Yeah.
And it's still, it's click and ship. You know, we do the work for you. So we try to make shopping hassle-free and easy.
That's awesome.
You can also see, this was the other thing that we wanted to showcase was, this is a limited edition, but we're getting in the spirit of, with the election around the corner. So this actually is a local chocolate company called the Brand Fine Chocolates. They're based out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And they make these adorable themed chocolate bars. So,
and step on baby's vote for me.
Yes, I know. Those are so cute.
Cute as a button onesie.
This is about as political as we get. We're voting for the baby.
You vote for the baby. That's right. Vote for the baby. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's kind of a sampling of what we do, but please visit our website because we have tons of baby gifts. We love new baby gifts, and you know, there's the college. And then one thing too, Karen is going to talk about our labeling. So this right here is our standard all occasion label. This is like where our brand started. And then
the Halloween is on the ground.
Yes.
But the actual circle in the middle of all of these are the same truck, but what's on the truck is different for the occasion.
Cute.
So there's
the college.
Here, can you bring them a little bit closer so we can? I'm also blind. Thank you. Oh, super cute. Yeah, so you can see. Yes. Oh, and for Chris for the holidays, cute.
Yeah, so St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
So it's just fun because we have all occasion. We have a label that kind of changes and makes. We talked about the theme.
And that's how it shows up at their door, right? Is in that box, and they can see the label. So right away when they open their front door, they're like, well, this is fun and screams happy, and you know, the bright colors.
The top of it has a sticker that says your day just got a whole lot better.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So that's the teaser. Everybody knows. You know, the whole day, and our tagline is bring on the happy.
Yeah.
So no matter what the situation, the occasion, whether you're celebrating a life event, we're going to celebrate with you and bring on the happy even more. If you're struggling with something, we want to make you smile on those bad days. So again, that's sort of our premise. And if we have succeeded in doing that, then we've done our job.
That's awesome. What a great, reason. What a great why behind your business. And I love it.
It's ever changing and ever evolving. You know, we've been pretty flexible and we continue to expand. We're hoping to get into corporate gifts because, if anybody's ever received a corporate gift, they tend to be a little dry. Yes. And so we're trying to change the face of corporate gifting and add that element of fun. And I think what people tend to forget is the key to gifting is to try to give something that the other person really wants.
Yes.
So, that's when someone contacts us and asks us, hey, I'd like to get a gift for somebody. And then our first question is, what do they like? Favorite snacks, favorite colors, hobbies, whatever. Do they love to play golf? We have a whole golf pack for women and for men.
Yeah.
And, do they like to hunt? Do they like to fish? Those are the things.
Your charcuterie pack is, to me, the perfect corporate gift pack, especially this year when corporate gifts are going to have to be sent directly to homes. And, how cool that now not only are you sending a cool gift and whatnot, but you're also making the full experience because, like I said, to me, when you receive the package and see, the bow and the sticker on the top, that's part of it. That is what starts their experience right there. And to me, what a cool hey, anybody, all you managers out there and presidents of companies, I really think it's a great, because you would open your door. I can picture it. I'm like, as if it's me. I could open my door and I'd be like, what's this? I think it's really cool. So yes, I think that you guys are well on your way into getting into the corporate, realm of things too. I love it. So you guys have always been online, right? You've never had a brick and mortar, correct? And what has your experience been like over this past 6 months now? We're heading closer to 9 months. From the pandemic, have you guys experienced shifts at all? What's it been like for you?
Well, it was like you said, already online, and I think that was just such a big help to people. So we did see an uptick in business because people can't shop, and they were looking to send something fun and memorable to loved ones, and so that was a helpful thing. It was funny too. We were talking the other day about the process of when we were completely separated and shut down and not open. And we used to take boxes, and she would assemble part of it, and then she would drop it off on my doorstep and leave, and I would pick these up, and I would finish them. And
yeah, we did a lot of DoorDash kind of separation.
Oh my goodness!
She would text me like a grocery list because everything is housed in my house.
Yeah.
And so anyway, she'd send me like her grocery list, and I would pick it and I would bag it up, and then either she would come to my doorstep and pick it up, or I would run it over to her doorstep. So that was sort of for weeks we did that, and we're still a young company. We only launched about 18 months ago, and
I didn't realize we were that young.
The hardest part about being an online only is awareness. It's how do you build your awareness, and that's been really tough to do. And then when the pandemic hit, and we were fortunate enough to get a TV spot, and then all of a sudden, and part of that
virtual TV
spot,
right.
Yeah. And they at that time we had designed a healthcare hero box, and it was just fun. It was a superhero theme, and we were just trying to raise the spirits of all those frontline workers. So that was part of the reason why they wanted us on the spot. And then Mother's Day soon followed. So all of a sudden after that TV spot, it just exploded. So that was a nice problem to have. And through all those processes, you learn and you grow and you change things and you adjust. And we continue to do that. But that's kind of where we are with COVID and what it has done with us. So you just get creative. You just get more creative.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that you guys were essentially doing internal curbside.
Yeah.
But you did what you had to do to get through while also, being safe and everything like that, and commitment to your business. And so I think that's great. And I'm happy to hear that you guys got more of an uptick from it. One, because people couldn't go out and shop, but also people have been just mentally and emotionally overwhelmed. And I can tell you that I'm still in the state of mind that I could not mentally and emotionally put together as good of a pack, myself right now if I ran out to all the stores as it would be by reaching out to you all and saying, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Because it's true, when your mind is just so overloaded, and which so many of ours have been right now, and we're emotionally exhausted too, it's really a great time to reach out to a company like you that this is what you do. So no, I'm happy to hear that. And you guys also are on social media. You guys use Facebook and Instagram, right?
Right.
Yeah. And yes. And have you guys experienced a big learning curve doing all the social media?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Science to social media.
Right. got teenagers who are, just very skilled with the social media. So
that is a huge learning curve.
Yeah, we're still learning. And, sometimes when we're just too busy, then we outsource it because, it will I'm not going to lie, it will take me 30 minutes to get a good post up.
She's very particular, too, about our brand and making sure that our social absolutely represents the brand. So
that's awesome, though. You take it seriously. And I will say, I'm going to challenge you. One day, I will get you to do a Facebook Live video. Well, you're kind of doing your very first Facebook Live video right now with me. So you can kind of feel like you're already getting it over with. That first one is the worst.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes,
you're right.
It's a goal.
You're
it's a goal for 2021 is to get our faces out there a little more.
Yes, I know. I'm going to, careful, because I will every once in a while reach out to you and be like, where's that video? Do the live video. No, it's great. But it's right. It's a constant learning curve and is a lot to undertake. So I give you guys credit for being open and honest that it's something that you sometimes source out. Because I think that that's something that people forget that they can do. Just like all of our companies, there are companies that specialize in social media, and there is no harm or no negativity with reaching out to somebody that's what they specialize in, and to help with social media. So thank you for making that known that that's another option to do. So I need to ask you, do you have any tips? I mean, I know you've only been in business for 18 months, but I feel like you guys have accomplished a lot in these 18 months, and you've probably been through the ringer because of COVID and all of those things, so you've been hit with a lot of learning curves. Do you have any tips for either a new retailer or even just a new entrepreneur that is maybe, like you were kind of sitting on this concept but a little bit nervous to launch?
Yeah. Well, I think Karen hit on one of the points was it's opening a business and being an entrepreneur. You aren't going to know everything, and you need to know when to outsource and to hire people or to ask for advice. I mean, that's huge for sure.
Right. And obviously, your budget is going to play a role in that, and
get creative.
Right, you do. You get creative, and you outsource it. And the other thing is, you have to protect your brand. As you go through and you meet people, and everyone has an idea to share with you, but only you in your heart of hearts know what you're trying to accomplish and what your goals are. And you really have to go into mama bear mode sometimes to protect your brand.
Yeah.
We trademarked the Happy Pak logo, but there was a cascade of things. Oh, we can't do this until the trademark comes in, and we can't. There's the project management of all of those moving parts that you have to be aware of. So, right.
Yeah, that's a good point. And we are a rep group, and you guys have the pleasure of working with Joan Singer, who I feel like anybody that knows Joan just always wants to give her a huge hug. And I could see you guys all melding really well because she has such this, loving, caring personality. I mean, I feel all she wants to do is send happy to everyone. I feel like all the time, just, in any way. She's such a caring person. I love it. So what is your tips or suggestions for any of the reps out there? What is, if you were like, oh man, I wish that a rep would talk to me or reach out to me in this way. Do you have any suggestions for any reps?
Right.
Well, go ahead. First, and then I'll let you follow up. Just the fact that some of the reps were more willing to work with a very small company and give us some attention was great. So that doesn't always happen. So that was great for sure.
And, you know, we were newbies. We don't have a background in retail. So just to have that guidance and education was huge for us. And just sort of showing us the ropes. This is how it works. This is how the minimums are, and that type of thing.
We went to the Chicago show. That was our very first wholesale experience ever.
We go in with roller coaster eyes.
Yeah.
And we're like, what are we
And
doing?
the reps were so nice.
Yeah.
Good.
So I think, you know, the things now that we're a little more seasoned, we're still newbies, but we feel a little more comfortable. We really appreciate the follow-up and the attentiveness, or just getting back to us. Yeah, sharing new items or letting us know about things, saying, hey, or they can answer our questions. Like, we can reach out and say, what do you think about this? And they'll get right back to us. In fact, I did that with Joan, because you guys have a new company that does games. And so I just asked for a bunch of information about that, because we're looking into maybe designing some game boxes for the holidays.
I was actually just gonna say, I was thinking in my head if I should bring it up to you later on or not. But yes, you guys, if you do like a Thanksgiving box or something like that, having one of our Solid Roots Mind the Gap game in there would be like the perfect Thanksgiving inclusive. We'll be playing.
I bought that game on Amazon for my family to play, because we're huge gamers.
Did you play it?
Like video. Well, I have a son who's a video gamer, but like regular board games and kind of thing. And we played it, and it's so fun.
Right? Isn't it so fun? I know. We were supposed to go to a corn maze this past weekend, and it rained out. And so we took out Mind the Gap, and we played Mind the Gap, and nobody had ever played it before except for myself and my husband. And everybody loved it. It's so much fun. And so we did already say, you know, we're going to play it at Thanksgiving and all of those things. But yes, it is a really great, fun game. But you're right. I mean, there are, you know, unfortunately, there are some reps out there that can maybe even, you know, accidentally overlook some of the smaller new customers, but you never know. I mean, you guys are just at the beginning of your journey. You have, you know, such a far way to go, and so we hope that we can ride the ride with you, and hope that you know, anyone you work with is continually to be a partner with you, and you know, help to educate and consult. And I think everyone in this industry just needs to partner together and cheer each other on as much as we can, right? So,
Absolutely. I will say too, just one other quick, that as retail has evolved with the internet, and that the online tools are awesome. So from the reps and the wholesalers. So
yes, from the reps and the vendors. Yes, shout out, hear that, vendors. The wholesale tools are helpful.
yeah,
Sometimes we need to remind them of that. So yes, thank you for saying that, because they're helpful to everyone. All right, well, I want to remind everybody before we run to our final 3 questions, let's remind everybody where they can find you. How can they find you?
It's happypak.com, happypak.com, at my Happy Pak on social media. You can email us at info@happypak.com as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
And yes, P-A-K, Happy Pak,
right.
Just P-A-K. But if you Google it, it comes up pretty easily. All right, and so now I'm going to go ahead and hit you with our final 3 questions. The first question is, what is your favorite book, podcast, or blog?
You want me to go first? Sure. Okay, so I'm going to admit that I'm not a huge reader. But I will say, what I really enjoyed was my kids were going through school, that I would read the novels that they had to read, even when they went through high school. And so I got to revisit The Great Gatsby and To Kill a Mockingbird and Huck Finn. And I I loved it more as an adult than I did, I think, when I was a kid and had to read those. The latest book that I read as I started this journey, my husband is a huge reader, and so he is constantly forcing books upon me. And I did read The Alchemist, and I don't know if anybody is familiar with The Alchemist. And it's a quick read, but it is a really neat story, and it's just about this shepherd boy, and he's on a journey to Egypt, and he's following his dreams, and while he's doing that, he's learning lessons along the way, and he goes through obstacles, and he perseveres, and I think that is just so appropriate when you are an entrepreneur. I don't really see I'm sort of an accident. I think we're accidental entrepreneurs. This wasn't like a dream that either of us had since we were children to have our own business. We stumbled into it. But that book was just really good for it. It kind of puts things in perspective, because you're constantly learning. You're gonna have successes. You're gonna have failures, and you just learn from those and you move on.
Yes.
And try to do things better. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yep. I would just go along with her. I read Educated by Tara Westover. I don't know if it's a memoir, and she goes from being no schooling, actually she says homeschooling, but it's no schooling in the mountains of Utah, to a PhD at Cambridge by herself. Literally. It's an amazing book. So,
wow.
Lots of grit and perseverance.
Wow. That's very cool.
Yeah.
What is the most important thing in your toolbox?
Coffee. Karen.
Both good answers.
A laptop is good. I don't know. I mean, I think perseverance is key.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is hard. This is the hardest thing I think I've ever done. Harder than parenting.
No way. Maybe I'm just in the thick of it right now, so I'm like, no.
I don't know. And I tell you what, I could not have a better spouse who has been nothing but supportive through this whole journey, because there are days where it's like, what am I doing? And he's just like, you just kind of keep hammering away. And I mean, he's just been marvelous. I mean, just to have that support from your mate is huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's just work ethic and keeping open to learn, because like you said, we're science majors, and so we didn't know anything about this, so just research and you learn. So
she's the researcher.
I was going to say, being science majors, you probably are really good at research, though.
She is. She's amazing. She's like this design genius.
Awesome. So I know you guys have had a positive, ride throughout the pandemic, which I'm so thrilled to hear, but I'm sure it's been challenging too. But we're going to make a point to look at the positive side of things. And what do you feel are some positives that have come out of this crazy 2020?
I just think patience in general with everybody, just kind of sitting back, and I think the earth just was allowed to breathe a little bit without all the commotion, and you could focus. I just think that's amazing. I think my flowers were bigger, and my trees. It's just I think it just was calm, and life was able to relax a tiny bit, forced to relax, obviously.
Yeah, I think everybody is guilty of just being overscheduled, and the pandemic did force everybody just to kind of step back. And I'm not saying it was easy for everyone either. It's been tough on a lot of people, but I think it's also you start putting things in perspective and what's important. I don't know, we had a lot of family time, and we went on family walks almost every single night. And we never did that before. But it was kind of nice, and it was funny because I had, 3 of my kids were home, so we were sort of this massive 5 people walking down the street, and then if somebody wasn't there, then the neighbors would say, hey, you're missing somebody.
That's fun. I love that you guys got to have some family time, and, again, that your business has been doing well. I love your business concept and just the thought of, your true mission is to just spread happiness and, send that full experience to wherever everyone is. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. We, again, really look forward to riding the ride with you for the long term and can't wait to keep on hearing more updates.
We're tickled to have been here. Thank you so much for inviting us. It's been a joy.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I love their story, and it's a great story about an accidental entrepreneur, like they said. What a great way to put it. Some of us have been working at this for our whole lives. Some of us stumbled into it, but a lot of our journey is the same in some way, shape, or form. And we're just keep moving on, pushing on every day, right? So again, a reminder, next week we have Brian from Creative Brands on. I know that he will be tons of fun, and Creative Brands is just a great line with tons of product to talk about and show and everything. And if you guys ever have specific topics you want to hear, let us know. We have a great lineup for the next month or so keep on tuning in. And with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Yeah.